So NBA Commissioner Adam Silver did his annual interviews right between the NBA Finals, and boy, oh boy, did he say some things. One of the things that's got a lot of people's attention is Adam's willingness to potentially change the NBA's regular season, which currently stands at 82 games, to something shorter, right? I want to read to you guys verbatim what a former player, Richard Jefferson, by the way, got to the NBA Finals back in 2002 with the New Jersey Nets at the time. Boy, Richard Jefferson, who currently works with ESPN, he had some things to say, and I'm not going to cheat this brother by any means. I'm going to read to you guys verbatim as Richard Jefferson vehemently denies Adam Silver's potential plan to change the regular season from 82 games down to something less. RJ said, I think it is absurd. He said, you have game readies, you have normal tags. There was years ago when players used to not travel commercial. We have eliminated back-to-backs. We now have week-long all-star breaks instead of like 3.5 days. I remember when guys used to have to catch flights, play the last game on Thursday, play in the game on Sunday, and then you would have a game on Tuesday and Wednesday. They have done every single thing. Every team has sleep staffs. They have extra training staffs. When I came into the league, you had 2 people that doubled as an equipment manager. Now you have a massage therapist that travels with teams. Now you want to shorten the season? How much more do we have to make this Colin and all this stuff go with the players? It makes no sense. Professional sports is not good on your body. It is supposed to separate the people that can do it from the people that can't do it. While we do want our best product on the floor, part of greatness is longevity. That's what Michael Jordan, that's what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's what LeBron James, all these guys, we talk about their greatness is over a long period of time. And to keep eliminating this and dialing back to the point where there's nothing else for the players to do, I think it is a joke. I think they should never do this. If you were talking about the in-season tournament, I think that 100% maybe. If you wanted to just have a little more space, but this right here is the epitome of Colin players to make sure that everything is okay. On top of that, the players are still going to take rest days. At the end of the day, they are still going to take time off. I'm seeing guys have a thumb injury and not be able to play in back-to-backs because they didn't want their conditioning to be off. If you have a thumb injury, if guys aren't conditioning 24 hours a day to make sure their bodies are taken care of, that's on them, that's on the team. But shortening the season, you will mess with records. You will mess with so much of our basketball because this group right now cannot handle it. Some very powerful words from none other than ESPN's own Richard Jefferson. He said some things, man. I'm going to let the former player in this regard have this one. He clearly is more passionate about it than I am. I'm just a fan who's tired of seeing players miss games. I told this story in a previous video. I went to a few games this year, one of them being to see LeBron James and the Lakers play. It was a road game. And these kids that were at this game, all of them had the LeBron jerseys on, whether they had the Cleveland, the Miami, or the current Laker jerseys on. You know, these kids, they just wanted to see LeBron. It was around Christmas, like right after Christmas in February, if I'm not mistaken, end of January, top of February. Clearly, it was some of these kids' Christmas gifts to see one of their favorite players, if not their favorite player, if not their favorite person, LeBron James, play basketball. And I bring this up, it's not even a shot at LeBron. If you listen to Richard Jefferson, clearly LeBron's not the problem. In his prime, LeBron played as much as he could. I bring it up, though, because he is an example, because he's the face of the league. I just want to see a better product for kids. That's it. I don't care how we get there. I want to see a better product for kids. And I agree with Richard Jefferson. I'm not 100% sure. As a matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say I don't believe shortening this season will fix the issue that you got with guys missing games. As a matter of fact, it might make it worse. There is something to people running over pushovers. And I got to be real with you guys. I think David Stern might have been a little too strict in his approach. I think Adam Silver might be a little too loose in his approach with the players. I wish there was another commissioner out there somewhere in between that could balance the seriousness needed to be the commissioner of the league like David Stern, but also understand what players actually need, not want, but need to fulfill their jobs in the best shape and condition possible. If we can find somebody like right in between, rest in peace, David Stern, and Adam Silver, the current commissioner of the league, I think you would have a great commissioner. Right now, the players are running over Adam Silver. I'm sorry, I just got to call it spade. They're running him over. They're running him over. They're taking advantage of the amount of money that they're making right now, which is at an all-time high, and the fact that there are no real consequences to guys missing games, because how can I tell you if your body doesn't feel right? If you don't feel well, who's going to make you play basketball? Nobody. And that's where we are. There has to be some other ways to get to the goals, to me, than just shortening the season. You have to find ways to hurt guys' salary. You have to find ways to hurt guys' stat lines, because in the end, I do believe it's more rewarding when guys get through 82-game seasons, have the nourishments, the sustainability, the endurance to get through a season, and then get to the postseason and hoist that championship up. The harder, the more rewarding. And if you start to take these things away, all you do is give the older generation of athletes more ammunition to say, yeah, all these things these players got going for them. Back in my day, we had to do it with this, that, then the third. Again, you want to see things like flights be chartered, private, all that great stuff. Those are, I think, healthy things that needed to come to fruition with an NBA, a sport as profitable as the NBA, clear as day, right? When we start talking about making the season shorter than 82 games, now it's like, bro, they still not going to play. Like Richard Jefferson said, they're still going to rest in season. I, like RJ, agree with the in-season tournament. I think it could be a nice touch. Adam has been pretty vocal. I think he's a big soccer fan, of including an in-season tournament, kind of like a soccer situation there where maybe they put a playoff spot on the line. Maybe like if you win the playoff tournament or the in-season tournament, you automatically get the 8th seed in the playoffs, bare minimum. Something along the lines like that I think could help guys play more in the regular season. But when we start talking about missing, taking the regular season down, I'm not with that. That's just my personal opinion. And I do believe some of the players that really care about their legacies, they're not going to love that either. Because for me, as a guy that's not only a fan, but I cover the game, one of the things that I have a hard time doing is comparing some of these great offensive talents of today to great stars of yesterday. It's hard to compare guys like James Harden and Klay Thompson to the likes of Kobe Bryant. It's really hard because, these guys of today, number one, don't play defense at the clip that Kobe played. And then if we start to shorten the season, it's like, all right, bro, not only are y'all not playing as often as Kobe did, y'all don't even play defense. There's no way I could even ever consider you, no matter how much you win, nothing, in the same realm of other all-time greats or whatever the comparison might be. It's just going to be tough if they do shorten the season down. If the league does do that, it's just tough for me to ever give the players of today that I'm sure work hard on their games and being the best version of themselves, it's going to be hard for me to ever give them their just due if they're not playing nowhere near the amount of games that players of yesterday and actually currently today are playing.